Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I think we're reaching a point where we need to more or less get some proposals up, and I'm not one to more or less propose things just because of a certain situation with the evil narrative always kind of pushing the same stuff on me for just more or less putting an idea forward. But we don't see the same things everywhere else. And that's kind of why I try to avoid it realistically at all costs in this current state, just because of those attacks and stuff. But it's bite to crunch now. Someone's going to have to put these proposals up and someone's going to have to put them forward to get an answer to figure out if these will get accepted, because everything comes down to a governance-based decision, and just getting a small majority's opinion isn't the majority of the whole governance-based voting situation. Now, we've got a few different issues going on. We've got Vin, who is more or less saying that he needs to leave because, honestly, if you've worked for that long without pay, I don't blame you at this point. But what I do know is a paycheck, a monthly retainer, would change things for him. Another proposal is discussing the DCM and stuff like that, which is definitely going to be an issue, getting that removed and reverting back. So what I'm going to do is just bring up this nice little kind of PowerPoint, but not PowerPoint. And like I was saying, a monthly retainer payment for Vin to continue maintaining the repository. I think this is more than needed because you've all, as a community, approved Genuine Labs work, and then Vin's the one who has to do all the checks, do all the merges, and do all of the T's and the I's, more or less, do all the length work, spend the time doing that in his evenings after he's done his in real life work. It's not fair, and we're reaching a point now where he's been around for a long time. We know we can trust him, and he's someone who we realistically need at the helm because he's got us this far, and I just don't like losing people. I think it's really important. So if I get the go-ahead from Vin and he says, yes, of course, I'll stay if a monthly retainer gets put in place, then I'm going to put a proposal up for this. I'm going to be the person to get this done because I just don't want to lose any more decent people. It's not fair that we should lose someone just because no one wants to give this guy a paycheck. Well, I do want to give him a paycheck. I put a tweet out, a lot of positivity came back. So we'll pursue this one as long as Vin gives us the go ahead. And what it will have to be is a monthly community spend that goes up every month for Vin to get his money. Either that or pay him in advance or build a system like pay per job, right? To pay these guys so we can push ahead. Now, the second one is very important. And I think preventing validators running multiple nodes on Terra Classic is very important because anybody doing it is relying on their image to do it. So if you enforce a rule, you bring a rule into place which says that you can't do it, they'll have to do it in a sneaky manner. They won't be able to rely on their own image to get more or less more voting power to control more of the active set. It's all leading to a Sybil attack. You're seeing validators that have got networks of validators which are acclaimed to not be owned by that single entity and stuff like that. Ultimately, it's fostering in an environment where no one knew's really joining the active set. Nobody knew's got a chance of joining the active set. And those inside the active set are now getting so greedy, they want to spin up more nodes. And it's just not fair to have that kind of attitude. If you're really here for the blockchain, right? Then why would you do that? Why would you do that? It makes absolutely no sense to me. So for me, this one's really important. This should definitely be something, right, that is enforced, and there should be a punishment realistically for anybody who's double noding in public. And yes, there's going to be people who double node in private. And yes, some people say this could lead to people doing more double noding, but currently we're seeing double noding. So I think at this point, it's a no-brainer to enforce a rule like this and at least put it up. It seems like it would pass, and it seems like an absolute no-brainer for people to agree that double noding on this blockchain is simply not okay. But let me know what you guys think about all of these in the comments section, because I'm trying to gauge feedback. And like I said, I'll put all of these up for proposals. I'll get all of them up in Commonwealth one by one. I won't do them all at once. We'll do them one by one. But they'll have to go up for deposits just because of the sheer hate that's out there from me, from the evil narrative. And you just don't know what they're planning. Now, the next one is removing the dynamic commission system. And as much as I was a person who was very for this and helped foster it in and helped do a lot of different things, we're at a point now where it's not helping, and this is the current issue that's leading to people double noding to get around the dynamic commission system because the DCM takes you up so high and it's not fair. It's all automated and it's just not changing anything anymore. It's just making those bigger validators rich. And as they get richer, they can self-delegate more LUNC. So they get more voting power, which then leads to more centralization. And this tied in right with the Sybil attack, the double noding. It's just centralizing things more and more and more. So reintroducing a minimum 5% commission, I think, is more than needed alongside removing that DCM. So it should be removal of the DCM and reintroduce a minimum 5% commission. And if you're looking for why this is a good thing, right, go over to the TFL Luna blockchain on the mainnet, switch your mobile app from classic to mainnet, go to pass, and you will see they just passed a minimum 5% commission rule. It's the way to go because it fosters in an environment where there's an equal playing field and people actually have to do stuff. People actually have to prove and provide and build to get voting power, to get inside the active set, to gain trust, to be something on this blockchain, instead of us just handing everybody a 0% commission rate, handing them an auto compounding module for free and not asking them to do anything whatsoever or giving them any incentives to build or do anything. There's no incentives to do any of that. If we remove the DCM, we reintroduce the minimum 5% commission, it's going to take us a long way moving forward into this bull run because everybody can sit and act like it's not happening, but we are lagging at the moment and we just shouldn't be. We should be pumping like all of these different meme coins. At this point, meme coins are outperforming us and I just don't know. Well, I do know what the issue is. I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's not get on a side tandem here. The last one, I think this is needed very soon because there's so many different things that have passed governance, right? There's all of these different things that are going to pass governance. For example, if the no double noding passes, where does it go? Where do these guidelines and rules go? Well, we should introduce a constitution like Mr. Gadican brought up a long time ago. Hat off to him. Shout out to him. I hope he's listening. But the first article should be to add KYC. That's already passed. It's already there. Anybody coming to this chain, any validators joining, need to know that this is there. The constitution should be, I personally think it should be on station and it should be in the tab section on the left hand side, and it should just be a constitution and we add exactly whatever's in. And the second, like I'm saying here, should realistically be the double noding if it passes, and I hope it passes. I hope all of the other validators rise up and speak out and say, yeah, look, this is not okay, because the strong argument is currently there are no rules to say that they can't do that. So if we do enforce a rule, then they'll have to start doing that. And I think this is all really important stuff. I think it's all relevant, and I think it's all things that are going to provide a positive reinforcement as we move forward into this bull run. Instead of losing our core maintainer, we keep him. Instead of having multiple validators running networks on chain and double noding, we go back to a system that fosters in an environment which is fair for everybody, and it's not just people getting greedy and consuming the chain. Remove a DCM, reintroduce a minimum 5% commission, and you're going to stop seeing people, right, double noding as much. They're not going to need to. Their support will get to them as support will get to me, because the way I put it with things is if I did a node for Lunkdash, if I did a node for Penguins, if I did the node for myself and then I did another node for the Burn project, that would be 4 nodes, and then I'm building out a network, and I could just simply say, well, no, those are my community's nodes. They're nothing to do with me, but I would still vote with that voting power. I'd still do all of those things, and I would still be responsible for all of those nodes at the end of the day. So I think these are all relevant questions that people do need to start asking. And I think introducing a constitution is more than needed at this point. And we just add or remove articles as governance changes as time goes on. It's as simple as a text document that we all abide by as validators. If we agree to a constitution and we agree to what goes in there is a rule, a guideline, then the validators should obey that, and anybody not obeying it will look like the bad person that they're acting to be. And I think this is all really important. It pushes people into a point of not submission, but where It's bite or crunch. Show your true colors, or be a good player, be a team player, and be someone who wants to see this blockchain thrive and not just become a very centralized entity where we all sort of just concede to the idea of, well, let's have 5 nodes each and only a few of us realistically run this chain. I don't ever want to see that. I'm willing to lose any more extra commission that I would normally gain through the DCM. I'm happy to go back to a system where support gets to where it should get to. But guys, like I was saying, the giveaway has moved to our Patreon. So if you want to check that out there. It way outseeds the membership cost of getting involved for a year, let alone what you could possibly make off of the alpha gains and everything else. We've got our trading indicator. A lot of people are making a lot of gains. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to show everybody exactly what I'm talking about here to back up all of the other videos that I've done on the indicator, showing people how I'm making moves, how I'm making trades using the 15-minute chart. If you've got LUNC, you can delegate with us. I believe support should get to where it needs to, and those that prove should get supported. I hope you guys are enjoying Lunk Dash. We have brought that back. Do check it out. Other than that, guys, stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.